Welcome everybody. It's the Mandem Show. It's your boy Gutsy Guts, the Gutsy Show, Gutsy, whatever your baby moms likes to call me at night. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. The Mandem Show, like we're going off, we're doing a lot of content. You're seeing a lot of interviews. You'll be seeing a lot of new stuff popping up. So like I said, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Really quick, I want to give it up to our sponsors. We got 25th Dynasty in the building. 25th Dynasty has all your, your accessories for the 420s, anything that you need. Make sure you hit them up. I believe it's 25th Dynasty 1 on Instagram. Don't worry, the next episode I'm gonna get it right, but the Instagram will definitely pop up regardless. So go tap in with them. You know what I'm saying? They're doing big things. Also, as well, I want to shout out Big Bird, Blamo, everybody there from the Brown Boys. They hit us up with that Brown Boys vodka, man. Yo, 40%. The thing is nice and smooth. Like, I'm not a drinker guy, right? But like, man's a weed head.
I'm going to have to take a shot of that just now.
Yeah, you're going to have to, man.
For sure.
But shout out Brown Boys Vodka from the Brown Boys Record. You can check them out. I believe they're on all the like LCBOs, anywhere where you can get liquor or anything like that. So go tap in with them. And yeah, let's get into it, man, because we doing something new, different. This is the first time I want to say we've done something like this where it's just a one-on-one with the artist, where we like to just have it on them. Have the focus on the artist. A lot of times we have to sit down and it's podcast style. It's whatever style you want to call it, podcast show, and we interact, talk about whatever. But we are going to interact and talk about whatever. But right now, I want to say I have the queen of street R&B, because every time anybody in the streets, all the man them, the real ones, they need an R&B hook, they holler at this young lady, man. She's worked with many, many people. She's worked with a lot of legends in the city. Me. You know what I'm saying? And not just like do records and shit. This girl's on tour with her. She's on stage with her. They're kicking. Like, didn't you guys go to Jamaica together?
Yeah, that's my big sis.
Big sis, Me. But it's not about Mishi right now. Right now, we have the one and only Xentury Sam in the Mandem Show. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I love the new vibe.
Sorry, I'm late with the sound effects. This is Vegas's job, but
Jeez, Vegas, come on.
But yeah, thank you for coming out, man. Any quick shout outs? Anybody? Oh, thank you for the new look and the space, Thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem.
But yeah, any shout outs? Anything anybody you want to big up?
Definitely one by one, always gonna big up that. First and foremost, Marcel Savino, big up.
Jeez.
All my people, like you said, Mishi, I want to big up Tona.
Jeez.
Yeah, we just did some music. My homeboy Captain, we just did some music. Anybody that fucks with me, all the females in the game, what up, ladies? You already know. You killing it. I love you.
Jeez.
And then, yeah, what's up, Toronto?
Yeah, man. What up, Toronto? And yeah, that you already know me. I love to support the galdom. For sure, 1,000%. But let's take us back. Young Xentury Sam. Where was Xentury Sam born and raised?
I was born Kensington Market. College.
You were born in Kensington Market?
Yeah, college in Augusta. It used to be called Doctors Hospital. It's where where I think they developed the narco drug, the Reviver thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They also started the meningitis vaccine, because I was one of the children who got the first vaccine, because I had meningitis when I was 2 years old.
Wow, so you were one of the first children to get that vaccine?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy.
But
So Kensington Market, that's your bornage.
Mm-hmm.
So you started growing up now. Were you still around the Kensington Market area? Did you start moving around?
Like, I went to Dewson Public School, Neil College in Ossington. Bloor in Ossington. And that was like French immersion. And then my mom lost us due to her having some drug issues and like just life stuff. And so we ended up...
Sorry to cut you. This is your biological mom.
Yeah, my biological mom. And ended up moving to Whitby with my aunt and uncle, who would become my mom and dad through like them adopting us and whatever. And lived out there, did martial arts for like 11 years of my life with them. My uncle was the master. My brothers are masters. I'm a first degree because I left home at 16. Couldn't.
So you didn't get to finish.
Nah, it's just like, yo, living with the master is not what the fuck.
It was strict as hell.
Yeah, it's not fun. Not fun at all. So I just 16 took myself because I was modeling for Elite at that time.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I was doing like Club Monaco and Aritzia and all those things. And one of my jobs, I had like 6 go-sees and then I had to shoot. And so when you model, you gotta bring like this big ass bag full of stuff. Like you could change into different underwear and shoes options just in case. So I just packed all my clothes in that and fucking left home
Right.
and never came back. And then
Wow.
started. I got my first apartment where I live now, which is in Forest Hill, and basically been on my own since then in the city.
Jeez. So, gotta bring it back a little bit because, so the time when you were with your mom, was your relationship, and how many siblings did you have
I have.
that you know
Oh,
of?
before like we left her.
Yeah, before you left.
Well, I had a little sister who had passed away of brain damage at like almost a year.
Damn, sorry to hear that. Condolences.
Thank you. And then I have 2 little brothers. So it was 3 of us when we went to Whippy. And then my mom kidnapped us during the middle of that because my uncle was kicking the shit out of me and she didn't like that.
Wow.
And I went to Humewood. And then my little sister was born in 2000. So I got 2 brothers and a little sister.
How was the relationship at home with you and your mom? Like,
When
that
I
you could
w-
remember.
My mom was the coolest mom fucking ever.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like that was my end all be all. Like she was the most beautiful thing on the planet to me. Like she gave me everything. I knew we didn't have a lot, but like every little penny, she went like my birthdays were the shit. Like come home and the whole house is filled to like your waist in balloons at grade 1. All the kids are running through your house and then we lived across from the park, so then it was a lot, but I had to grow up too quick because she would leave us alone in the middle of the night and I would have to be like responsible like very young age for everybody, or like she would take me places and I would see violence and stuff like that because it was like the end of it where she was really losing control and like needing it, you know what I mean?
Do you remember any, like, the craziest thing you've seen?
um okay, well, the crazy. Okay, my mom went to a place down in Kensington Market. It was like this pool hall above where the burrito place used to be. There's a tattoo spot there now, and above that, there's like a fucked up arrow, and that was the pool hall. And I basically like I was in every bar always on the bar that's across the street from the park, always in them places. There used to be an arcade downstairs in that bar, and then yeah, the craziest thing was being in that arcade and sitting on my mom's friend's lap, who was like an uncle to me, and he OD'd while I was on his lap. I was playing like
Wow.
Street Fighter or something. And another time was at the pool hall, and my mom was there trying to get free something. And then it kicked off like a fight between 2 men. And then I seen the next guy, it was like this white brick outside, and he just drug his face across the white brick, and it was just like out of a movie, you know?
Damn.
And I think I was like 7 at the time or whatever, but by the time I was 7, I thought I was a full-grown woman.
Wow. Oh, so you're acting like you're a big woman. And
Well, I had to because I had to, like, you know, we're around drunk men. I'm a pretty little light-skinned girl, long black hair. Like, my mom is obviously not, she wants to, but she's not doing what she has to do. So I'm very vulnerable, but I became very strong. So you couldn't take advantage of me, but it created this adult out of this little person. Yeah.
Some real shit. Did anybody talk to you about that? Like, just the move from your mom over to your next side of the family. Did anybody speak to you about like your mom's problems or like just shit that you've seen, or just try to like give you like that therapy session?
Like not. I mean, we were in foster care for like a week or something like that, and that was the first time somebody, did like brought me to a psychiatrist, doctor, all that thing. It's like a proper doctor, all this stuff. And then they asked me, "Do you want to go with your family or do you want to stay here?" And I thought it was the right thing to do because I figure, yo, if I go with my family, then I'll be close to my mom. But you know, sometimes people have like reasons for doing things. And so when we ended up with my mom, I never really got to see her. It was always like bad talk about her and like hearing them on the phone tell her she's not going to see her kids, like just go take some more drugs. And like now being older and working with people in the streets and understanding that shit. It's like you just really were on purposely trying to shut my mom down to like keep us. And so I didn't get therapy or none of that shit because they didn't want us telling them what was going on in the household. You know what I mean? Because they have this perfect image, and
Of course,
you
that
know
they
what I
want to
mean?
keep up in.
Yeah, my uncles, they're teaching in the schools, youth awareness and safety and all this stuff. So it's like he was looked at as this amazing man, and then he's a monster to me.
Wow.
I didn't get any of that taught. Oh, your mom is. Don't worry. No, it was all negative. It was like, yo, you're gonna be like her. Da 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 da. Like, I don't know what it is about the black community because I didn't grow up with white people, so I can't really say anything about them. But like, there's something about the stigma of drugs and the way that they talk about people is that you can't do that to somebody's kid. You know what I mean?
Facts. Anybody.
Or even the person themselves, because it's like you may make a choice to drink every day. That person doesn't have a choice to go fucking look for cigarettes on the street just to try and like get change or, you know, for that one blast. So no, I didn't get to deal with that.
Yeah, that's anybody in general, man. Anybody that's going through anything. If you're just pushing them down, they're gonna continue doing what they're doing, right? Try and encourage them, even if you don't want to, even if you think like they might still fuck up. Your best bet is just still encourage them, like, yo, you know, well, maybe if you get yourself right or whatever the case may be, man.
I think it's the culture of misery loves company. It's like whatever. At
Mm.
least they're worse than me.
Yeah,
So I'd rather put you down than pick both of us up.
facts. You have a relationship with your dad?
I met my dad once. He's this guy from Hamilton. Apparently, he's like a biker or whatever. He used to be like a vagabond. I'm supposed to have a bunch of brothers. I don't know them. And I know my aunt told me he died, but I really have no information about him, to be honest. So, Dad, if you're out there, what's up, fam?
Yeah, come holler, man. Your daughter's gonna be a star just now. So your dad was the white side and your mom was the black side.
Yeah, my dad apparently is like this biker who could play and sing any song. Like like a jukebox. Like I've heard that from a 1-2 people, but yeah.
Is that where the music side has come from your pops, or has some of it come from your mom as well?
Yeah, it's from my mom too. Like the performance aspect comes from my mom's side of the family, but I think like my ear and my talent probably comes from my dad. Cause my mom isn't a bad singer, but
She can't hold a note like Xentury can.
I'm not. You know, I love you, Mom. You taught me how to sing, but I think I beat you.
How'd you get that name, Xentury Sap, by the way? Because you, like, let's just say 10 years ago, people were spoken backwards. Everything was a Xentury Sap. And that's, I would assume, maybe that's how you got your name. But how is it that you came upon this name? And the wording, the spelling of it. Because you spell it with 2 X's, the X at the beginning and the X at the...
It's just
two X's at the beginning of the Xentury and the Sam.
It's just like, for me, it's just the X. I think if there's a place with 2 X's, because a motherfucker got my domain first. But right now it's just Xentury. And I'll be, listen, I already put this post up and y'all didn't say nothing. I'm the first artist to change my C to an X. I'm going to just put it there.
Jeez.
But the reason why I did it is because I love Xena. And I find myself...
Warrior Princess.
Yeah. Especially after I got shot. I was like, yo, fuck this shit. Like, I'm going to show people who I am. I'm not going to be this, oh, I like to sing and like, no. So I said, I'm going to be the warrior that I am. I'm going to put this X right here. And, you know, X marks the spot, so I'm the treasure. Plus, whatever. I'm zen as fuck.
I feel it. I rock with it.
But, yeah, Xentury came from Bleecker.
Shout out Bleecker.
Yeah, actually from 2 people. My homeboy, Del, you already know, hi, Del. And then rest in peace, Juice.
R.I.P.
And they used to, like, laugh because my sister used to tell me to go meet Juice down in Bleecker when she was like too late for me to come home or whatever, because I lived with her for a little bit, and she was dating him, and so I'll go down there, and then there's like this corner store like away from the ball court, and when we were by the ball court, they'd be like, oh, Sam, go get a Xentury, and then it was like, oh, Xentury Sam, like it wasn't cute. And then Juice died, and I sang at his funeral like out of nowhere. When they were putting him in the ground, I just started like bawling, and like his eyes on the sparrow came out, because he was like one of the only people who knew I could sing. He used to like lie on the bed with like a rag on his chest and smoke a blunt because he'd like fall asleep with his blunt.
Yeah.
So he always had a rag just in case so he didn't burn his clothes. So he'd be like, so what song are you singing now? So I was singing like, he knew I could sing. And then Dell brought me to Bon and Oakwood, and that's when Century Sam really came alive.
So when did you cut off the Sam part and you're now just Century?
After I got shot.
Okay, so let's take us to this moment then, because you said it before.
I know it's like a lot of things that
I know
tied to it.
I know, but let's just get to the night that it happened.
Okay.
So for people that don't know, Century is a victim of gun violence, and you had an unfortunate where you were an innocent bystander. I don't assume that they went there to try to shoot you or anything. Can you just talk us, I guess, through the experience of that night, going through what the night was about, the event, and then what happened?
It was just a regular night in the hood. Like, everybody's at the same spot. They're still partying. Everybody's still out there, I mean? So everybody goes to one place. We're all out there. There was a little bit of an altercation between, like, 1-2 people out front. And then we went inside, and it was ending. It was, like, 3 in the morning or something like that. And outside, I'm drunk. Like, I must have had, like, 6-7 shots of fucking white rum. Probably 8. So I'm not like losing it, but yo, everything is copacetic. So I'm gonna have a spliff, and then I'm gonna walk home, or I'm like whatever. I lit the spliff, and time froze, and I swear I'm still talking to the person in front of me, but it's like, did you hear? Like, I'm having a conversation with myself. Like, did you hear that? The fuck you talking about? No, fam. Ooh, what was that? Nothing. Calm down, like, because I have anxiety, right? And I have PTSD. So, like, sometimes my body feels like it's going through something it's not. So I instantly am like, yo, shut up. I'm getting mad at myself in my head. Like, you had a good night. You're about to go home. Don't fucking do this. Like, you're good. You're not going to have a panic attack tonight. But then I was like, ooh, but something's hot. Like, what the fuck is going on? And then somebody knocked me over, and time started again. It was like really fucking fast. There's a girl in front of me, and she's screaming because people are stepping on her foot, and she got shot. I got hit in my calf, and the bullet from my calf went through her foot.
Jeez.
And she's screaming like, "Oh, I'm shot! Stop! Step!" I don't even know I'm shot at this point. She's like, the bullet hit me. I'm shot. Stop stepping on my foot." So like I start using my phone because people are trampling me, right? Like people are stepping on me, and I'm using my phone to kind of like pull myself, like I don't know, pickaxe. I don't know why I was doing it, but my whole phone was fucked. And I grabbed her by her ass and like started shoving her in and trying to like push her and like just go.
Yeah.
As soon as she gets in the door, her man is inside and he's like, oh yeah, he grabs her. And then my homeboy, Peanut, shout out Peanut, he's like, you're bleeding. First thing I said was, fuck, I love this tracksuit.
Oh man.
And then I looked down and I was like, oh fuck, get me a towel. Like, get me something. Everybody's just dumb. I'm not, like, I don't give a fuck. Everybody was stupid. Just don't know what the fuck to do or just don't want to help you. And that's why everybody on my block fucking dies. Because y'all, I really got to experience what a lot of niggas experienced before they died, which is the most fucked up part of my head. So then one of the girls gave me a towel and her man drags her out. And I'm telling Peanut, yo, use both of your hands and like push down. And then I could just see in his eyes. Because he's one of those guys that's like really his name matches him. So like he just started, you could see the cogs breaking in his head. Because he has that much love for me. And then he's just not knowing what to do. So I'm like, yo, just go. And so I'm sitting there holding myself. And there's a mirror in front of me, but I can't see below my breast. So it's like all this, I'm sitting in like all this blood and I'm holding my side. And I didn't even know I got shot in my leg at this time, which is why there was so much blood on the floor. Cause I was like, why is there so much blood around me? And I'm getting angry. And I'm like, yo, if I get sad, cause as soon as I started getting sad, I felt tired. And then I got pissed off. I was like, yo, if I don't stay pissed off, I'm gonna fucking die. And so I started getting angry. I started screaming at the top of my lungs, flipping on everybody. And then the ambulance came. And I'm like, take her. And they're like, she's shot in the foot. you have a bullet in your back. We don't know where the fuck this thing is. We're taking you.
Mm.
And I'm like, no, take her. Da, 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 da. The guy just picked me up like Whitney Houston.
So really quick, do you feel like because of the liquor you didn't feel anything at first, or like maybe that's the reason why nothing kicked in?
I think the liquor is why I don't even know, bro, because I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear it. And everyone told me that there was gunshots. Like, it wasn't like a silencer or nothing. It was gunshot. I didn't even fucking hear that shit. So I didn't know what was going on. And I'm literally the only one who really got shot.
Mm.
So I'm standing there and I'm like, it could have been the liquor what maybe held off some of the pain, but I truly believe your body just turns certain shit off when things happen to you, because I've been through a lot of violence and like physical stuff, and like when you reach a certain level of pain, your brain kind of just disconnects from that, and I think it's a survival mechanism, because if you can't disconnect, then you pass out. And a lot of us just been through so much where it's like we don't know how to pass out no more.
True. That's crazy, man. So they pick you're in the building now. You're sitting down, I guess, or
Yeah,
you're,
I'm sitting on the floor in the hallway. Like, there's it's a double door hallway, and I'm right outside the second door where like the island between whatever section is stopping, and then it starts to open up, and like I just see everything just seeping into the tiles. That's all I remember. Is like, yo, it's gonna be a bitch to get out. Like, I'm literally, if I come back here with a blue light, y'all niggas is still gonna see me here.
Don't kill me.
Right? That's the stupid shit was going through my head, bro. And then like when they had me on the gurney and they're cutting my fucking shirt, I'm like, please don't cut my bra. I'm not even shot in the chest. Like, leave the bra. Like, I loved that bra so much. And it was like $130. I was like, no, I just bought this bitch. But no, like all the nurses and everything. I went to Sunnybrook. I mean, y'all work fast, but y'all guys are assholes.
What the experience was shitty?
Oh, they left me in my bedpan in my piss for almost an hour. They kept turning the light off on me because I wasn't allowing them to give me a full dose of
Morphine?
Yeah. So when the first time I didn't let them give it to me, the lady was pissed because she kept trying to like give me more, and I'm like, no, move. And I guess like, I didn't touch her, but you're in the trauma. I get you're desensitized, whatever. But they were treating people who fell off fucking ladders nicer than me. Like, for real. The police came. They tried to talk to me. My homegirl, C, you already done. No, I love you. She's like, stop fucking talking to her. She's fucking high. She's bleeding. How's she going to tell you anything? Leave her alone. Like, get the fuck out of here. And they left, but they've never spoken to me since.
So they never found the shooter?
I have no idea. And victim service talked to me for like 2 weeks, but then they started text messaging me with another female's information. So like, I knew like she got beat up. I knew all of her stitches, all of that.
What?
And so I called them and I'm like, don't ever fucking contact me again. Because if I'm getting her information, imagine you send my information to the wrong person.
Wow, that's crazy.
So victim service failed me there, but then one by one stepped in and, kind of been doing it because I got shot the day after victims' compensation got killed by Doug Ford.
Okay.
So like everyone's like, oh, don't worry, you'll be able to sit down, just go file the papers. Here, let me send you my girlfriend. Like, sending me females, like everybody send me people's numbers, trying to send me papers. The website's gone, the papers are gone, like no one knows what's going on, you know what I mean? But it made me feel like I did something wrong, like I asked to be shot so that I could get money or something. And I was just like, yo, fuck it, then I don't give a shit. So I just started putting it into my music and really putting that shit out, especially because it got locked down 2 months later.
Wow, that's wild. So how was the rehab like?
I didn't get no rehab.
So you just had to like deal with the pain, figure it out on your own?
Yeah, I got a bullet in my back, and that's what we do. We just get up every day.
You don't feel like the city did you wrong?
Hell motherfucking yeah. Why you think I'm up at Parliament with one by one?
Yeah, I guess we're going to talk about, let's talk about that more because you obviously have a job working there, one by one.
I'm an ambassador of change.
Jeez, talk the thing. What is that? Like, what's your duties there? What do you have to do there?
Well, I bring attention and awareness to the cause that one by one is trying to eliminate. So One by One is a company that is trying to facilitate change in what we would call urbanized communities, or communities that are being left out, the ones that have fallen through the cracks, the ones that like just the ones that like the same shit keeps fucking happening, like Rexdale and
Yeah.
fucking all the
Parkdale, Jane.
anywhere you can name, we're there. Anywhere you can name, my boss has physically walked his feet on those grounds and has a part to be everywhere, because he literally brings like driftwood and you know what I mean, man, them that don't have been trying to kill each other for years together,
Mm.
and the only reason why they're there not killing is on the basis of him, on the basis of One by One. And that's why I fuck with that shit, because I don't see nobody else doing that shit. And we don't get, One by One does not get the funding that all these people were getting. And One by One was the first people to call out and say, yo, Black Lives Matter is not doing nothing for the community.
Facts.
There's a bunch of people out here, even blogs and these Instagram platforms, they're getting money from the government to say that they're doing shit in the community. And some of these niggas is rapists.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Why isn't there getting funding? Why isn't one-on-one getting the funding from the government? What does the government have against one-on-one?
Oh, a lot. Especially the public figures, and we say motherfuckers that run where we live. I'm not gonna say their names because who's trying to add more fuel to the fire? They'll know. But it's because our members, and like I said again, my boss Marcel, if you are on live television and you're telling us that you've been doing everything everything you can to stop the gun violence in the city, and we know the numbers, we know the statistics, we see what you're doing, what they do is they go check you on live CP24. Oh, you're doing a press conference? Okay, cool. Now we're going to bring the mothers that have lost their children, and then you explain to them where the money is, because we're going to show you, we're going to ask you. And that's why, I think that's why now One by One is in those rooms, is in Parliament, is basically on speed dial for Trudeau. He calls and asks, like, questions, because One by One is on the forefront of finally maybe really getting shit, not maybe, but yeah, finally getting shit done. Because we want to solve the issue. We don't want to focus on taking away a problem. What is the issue that creates that problem? Your sink is clogged, right? What do you want to clean the sink out, right? Or you're just going to keep pushing the shit down to clog it more. You have to clean it out before you can. And the sink is the mind. We have to fix our children's mind. We have to fix our mind. We have to give opportunities to parents at the same time as their children. So yeah, we have a basketball program for your son, but we also have career fucking classes at the same time for you. And we have childcare. And we have dinner if you guys are hungry. That is how you solve problems, because we didn't have these problems during the 70s, during the 50s or 60s, because they had that shit. They had all of that.
Also had a lot of racism though.
You know what, though? If you look at it, there was racism, but we did great by ourselves. We did better by ourselves. We did better when they didn't want us around, when they didn't want to be with us.
Oh, that's facts.
And then when they saw that, they burnt that shit down, and they decided, okay, we're going to start mixing and mingle, because there's no way y'all motherfuckers are going to have something better than us.
Oh, you're speaking facts.
There's always going to be racism, right? And there's always going to be people who fight it. But what are we going to do about that? Who cares? The one thing racist people and black people have in common, we want motherfuckers to stop killing each other. Stop killing our kids in schools. Stop killing ourselves on the street. I don't care if you could have the most opposite idealism as me. As long as me and you have the same enemy, right? My enemy's enemy is my what?
My friend.
Okay, so.
But do you really feel like the gun violence is gonna get better before it has to get worse? Because I feel like we see it for years. It's like the guns are easier to get. the education is getting worse. Like, well, by the time this is getting put out, who knows? There's a strike.
Even in class, yeah.
There's a strike going on, right? So you
Yeah.
have more kids that are not even in school. We just had a lockdown for 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like all these things, just back to what you said, are pushing the kids to the streets because there's nothing else. A lot of like the extracurricular,
Curricular.
my bad, you
Yeah.
know, I'm dyslexic.
It's okay. It's all good.
But yeah, like there's not a lot of those stuff anymore. So there's not a lot of after school programs. There's not a lot of music classes, things that
So-
we grew up in. Just like you said, we had. There's not any of these things for the kids. So I'm looking at it like, I think this shit is honestly gonna get worse. Like, I don't see it in the next 5 years getting any better.
Unfortunately, that is everybody's viewpoint. And that's because, one, there's a disbelief and there's like this loss of trust and hope when it comes to the government doing anything. Okay, well, fuck the government.
What are we gonna do?
What are we gonna? Yeah. So if you really like, for real, call to arms at this point in a positive direction. If you want to do something good, either start your own shit or come to One by One and we'll help you. But like, I don't. To me, it's like, okay, if you think it's going to be worse, I think it's already worse.
Oh, yeah.
I think that because One by One has been doing this for many years, right? So I think that this is the worst. It's not that it's going to get better. It may be bad for a while. And that's until the right people get the right funding.
Yes.
If we get the funding that we need and the people I believe in get to do what they believe they need to do, you will see a drastic change. That's why a lot of this money, extra money, is being put in people's hands, not just because, oh, Loblaws is out here lying about keeping prices fucking locked. Trudeau just likes us. No, they're getting numbers from companies such like this that are telling you, listen, if you're not helping the people are going to fucking turn on you. We've already turned on ourselves. You can't oppress people for so long where they start looking at each other like, why are we doing this to each other? You have to appease the people. Like you said, we've been on lockdown. And I honestly, I feel bad for the teachers. $20,000, $30,000 a year for a teacher, bro?
That's my shop.
How many hours do they work a day? And then they're at school a month early. They put all of their own money into making the class fucking engaging and entertaining for your child to even want to fucking learn. Plus, they have kids. They have mortgages. You think they want their kids out of school? It's obviously a dire state, bro. Like, it's like they said, everybody gets to protest. Like, we should be doing that's what we should be doing too. We do protest. But who's out there?
Sorry, I just think we need more people in the proper positions, because I think even with the money, like money's gonna go like so far, right? We can only do so much. They're only gonna give out certain amount of money. I think once we start encouraging other people, like, we don't need any more entertainers and rappers. You know what I'm saying? I think we need more people in place and position.
Yep.
Not even just good people. We need our people in place of position so
Parliament,
they can change these.
taking up
Yes,
seats,
all those
lawyers,
things.
all this shit.
Yeah,
Yep.
until we get those people in the right positions, I don't think this shit's gonna change.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Cool.
Do you think a black mayor would change Toronto, or a black prime minister would change Canada or Ontario?
No,
Why?
because look at America. America's gotten worse. After a black man was there, they put in Trump, or maybe somebody else. I can't remember, but yeah, whatever.
It was Trump.
So it's like it made certain things come back to life. It made just more. Yes, it helped financially, but I just don't think that makes a difference.
No, I feel as though
it,
people
like,
believe that
the
we
mayors-
understand it's a puppet.
I think, yeah, like the mayors and prime ministers, presidents, I think they're just spokesmen. They ain't really making serious power moves because they've gotten in play because of whatever plays they were making and people that they were working with.
Facts.
This is politics. We know politics is deeper than what it is.
But
I
we
think-
call street shit politics.
Yeah, of course. But it's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's the exact same shit. It's just different levels of it. This is a level where there's more money and there's
They're
more
more
power.
gangster
And
with it.
yeah, they're way
They're
more gangster
way more
with it.
gangster with it.
But we just incorporate it into our stuff. But yeah, I don't think it'll make a difference. I think if we have again enough people in the position of power, if we just have one black mayor or one black prime minister, it'll look cool. It might help. It might encourage more people to start getting into these things. But I don't think it'll change like drastically, or anything will change like that.
Yo, I'm 100% for what you're saying. I totally believe that, and I also, it's because what you said. We're not stupid. We see these people as like figureheads, like Aunt Jemima's. You just want me to buy a product because a black person's on it.
Facts.
And yo, as fucking, you know what I mean? As this man is, I feel that's kind of what Kanye gets at most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he's being made to be crazy on top of it because he doesn't want to be Aunt Jemima. He doesn't want to be Uncle Ben. And it's causing him to radicalize himself in all directions.
Facts.
You know? And I pray for him all day, because at the end of the day, he says some shit sometimes where I'm like, can we just like, how do we freeze that one? How do we hold on to this guy?
Because he says so much.
Yeah, but
he'll say one good thing, and then he'll go off and say the George Floyd shit, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but bro, that's trauma. That's a lot. That's a lot of mental. There's something here that they're allowing to happen.
But Vegas said a very good point with him. He's been controlled so many places. So he's been controlled as a producer. He's been controlled as an artist. He's been controlled as a fashion guy. So it's like the control has probably taken its toll on him, and he wants to speak on certain things.
Facts.
And the things that he's saying, it's not a lie. It's not like he's saying anything that's wrong.
It's the way you say things.
It's the way you say it. And it's like, again, I agree with a lot of things that he's saying, but then when he says shit like George Floyd, it says like, fuck, bro.
No, that
shut
one,
up, man.
Right?
Like,
no, but that's the influence
like,
too.
Like you said, freeze
that's,
right there.
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know,
the
like freeze before you say the George Floyd thing, and just think for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
He needs to be Rick James, because wasn't it Rick James that like was the reason why that 60-second delay for TV is now, so that they can like.
I'm Rick James, bitch.
I don't know who it was.
Well, it was before too. Like, they always had a little 13 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, but they don't give him
for sure now. Like, was like for BT, where they're like, oh shit.
Can we please give him a delay? Like, I don't know, Family Guy. How do we do this?
But I don't want it to get delayed too, because at the same time, it's just like people should have their freedom of speech. Like, now we're just seeing that there's no freedom of speech out here. You cannot say what you want to say.
Oh, you can be out there saying nigga. Yeah. Like, bro, fuck this. Like, if you're a white man, or you're like, let's put it this way. If you're a rich white man, you probably won't say anything at all, because they don't even want to be fucking seen. They talk behind the scenes. They say the shit to the people to say it. Mm-hmm. Right? But then what they do is they take our people who could have power, who want to speak positively, and they thrust them in a certain direction. And I believe a lot of hood politics and gangsterism and murders that happen within music is a purposely directed thing. And I mean, sometimes you got to go with it. It's what you fucking wanted to do. You know what I mean? You wanted to do music, but it goes back to what you said. Figureheads. Who's in control? It's never the person you see.
Facts.
Anyway, on to other topics.
I know, we got so political for a
I know, but me and you don't have... See, this is the thing. I don't have little lackadaisical conversations with anybody. I have a lot of men friends because I have real conversations. And men want to talk to women. They want to know what the fuck they think, just like we do. But there's like this culture of... like, I don't know what to call it, but it's like we've developed this like snooty,
the bad bitch.
Yeah, no, but it's like there's being a bad bitch. Hey, Trina's a bad bitch. Trina's one of my idols.
Yeah,
Trina's like, she said, there's no loyalty without respect. If you don't respect me, there's no loyalty, because you have to respect that I'm the queen first. And then you could be loyal to me, because you have to fear that fact. Right? But that's not bad bitch mentality. Like, all this fucking bad girls club, throwing your ass, fighting, like, bitch, and my dog walk you. Like, nah. Like, yo, it's just entertaining as fuck. I don't give a fuck. I got a subscription to Zeus. Like,
Facts. Zeus is popping out there,
I'm
man.
telling you, it's disgusting, but I have to do it. It's like it's my vice, like, But I don't like it, cause I have a little girl.
Yo, Rolling Ray, if you hear this, man, I need to interview you, bro.
Rolling Ray, I
Legend.
need a feature. Her. Also, I love you, but we have a sex teacher down here in Canada. It's an old lady, Johansson. Sue Johansson. She said "per" first. I just want you to know. I saw it in her documentary. So, if anything, Rolling Ray, holler at Sue Johansson for Canada.
Cool, nah.
Hey.
Let's get into the music, man. We've branched off to so many different things, but let's get back into the music for a second, because you've done a lot of work that I don't even think people know. Like, so many people that you've worked with through, like Heartless G, Nishi. I don't want to name those guys.
Tona, Danny O. I have features with him and Shaw Claire.
Oh, man.
Some other artists. I have the Governors.
The Governors.
Which is like Concrete Mob and Parliament Hill and all them guys.
And those guys are Point Blank, right? They used to be.
Yeah. Point Blank for sure. Like Kid and but.
So before we get to that, take us back to like old school set. How did you even get into like the music and just deciding, yo, okay, I'm probably singing in the shower, or I'm singing when I'm stressed out. Maybe I need to go to the booth. Like, did somebody take you to the booth and like you just started spitting? Did you take your money, or you knew a studio? You went in there?
I got a lot of older men brought me to studios when I was like 16, 17, when I was going to like George Harvey.
That doesn't sound good, but yeah. Hey, you're keeping it real.
You're
keeping it 100. I feel you.
1,000. Okay, first of all, let's keep it in context, because I had a really rough life. So I technically wanted to be like a fucking gangster. I wanted people to fear me. So I fucked with scary motherfuckers, and they loved the shit out of me. I used to bleach with certain niggas that nobody would even, like, you know what I mean?
Listen to you about you used to bleach.
Anyway.
The real Toronto people would know.
Anyway, you know what I mean? Used to hang around with murderers and was like, holy fuck. Like, bro, I went to this place called The Loft where me, Lola Barnes, Rich Kid, Junior T, Shizzy, we were all there. And Moriarty was the friggin' manager. He was working there. He was the manager of the studio. And I started fucking with this white bitch, and she invited him, and he brought fucking thing with the holes in his face.
Oh, Presidente.
And I was locked in. I was like, yo, how the fuck do I get out of here? And this bitch is like, she's like, oh my God, these guys are so cool. I'm like, yeah.
So you knew at the time that these guys were into certain things?
Listen, honestly,
like, you were pretty much tapped into the streets.
Unfortunately, I was very tapped in, but also he fucking talked a lot.
Who, Mayhem or
that guy too?
Or Presidente?
I don't know what it is, but like a lot of people, I purposely forget. Who am I saying sorry to you guys? Scratch the mic. A lot of people, like, I forget conversations, or I stay lit in a way to not remember shit. Cause motherfuckers be like getting comfortable around me sometimes and like telling me shit. So like when all that shit came down, I was like, yes, Jesus, Lord, thank you. Cause they talk, but they don't say it, but they say it. You know what I mean? They be like, dude, like, especially back in the day when there was like the real Toronto and all them videos getting filmed in the hallways of Jane and Finch. Like when I was younger, when I was like before. I think it was like grade 10 or whatever. They had like bum fights and shit like that. And you know what I mean? So I'm watching all these Toronto niggas, and like, he's in those videos too. So I recognize him from that too. But yeah, crazy. So we were at the Loft, and those are the people. So, you know what I mean? You hang around people. That's like, it happens. And music is the reason why.
Do you have any crazy present? Is that the only time you've bucked present, Mr.?
Yes.
Okay. I wonder if he had any crazy stories.
No.
So
definitely not.
So do you remember the first song you ever recorded?
Yeah, it was at Canada's Wonderland.
What? Explain.
Canada's Wonderland has like that music booth.
Oh yeah,
And
I don't really fuck with Wonderland. I went to the Wonderland maybe like 2-3 times in my whole life, and I only went to like the water park. I don't do
oh
those
yeah,
I don't do roller coasters.
I've been on everything in there except for Drop Zone. I don't trust that shit. It's too much metal falling from the sky. I did the bungee
Mm,
jump thing a couple times, but not that. So there's like this box in Canada's Wonderland. I don't know if it's still there, but it's been there forever. So there's like niggas from like the 80s and shit. Like I think Maestro and them have a video from like Wonderland where like everybody, this is a story, like doing their own little rap.
wow.
And I think I did Whitney Houston's I Believe the Children Are the Future. That was the first time like I recorded in a studio. And then after that, I was like around Hitman and a bunch of people as I grew up and kind of didn't stay there because I was selling drugs and I wanted to be a gangster. I don't know. I wanted to be scarier than the people who had hurt me. You know what I mean?
That was your drive.
Yeah, that was definitely my drive. And then shit happens and you get soft.
So when did you want to take music serious? At what point was the music serious?
Um,
So you were obviously taking your music serious before you got shot, because I heard you doing music before that.
oh yeah. When I was like 17 years old, Dell brought me to Kamikaze Studio. And that's kind of where I honed my craft.
This is Kamikaze Juice.
No, like old school, like much music.
I want my money today.
Yeah, like
Not
beefing
tomorrow. Yeah,
with
him.
Belly. Yeah, that's
Not
what
tomorrow, today.
that's what they're calling. I don't fuck.
Kamikaze Juice. That's his. I think that's his full name. He doesn't like me.
I don't know, but yeah, that's
He doesn't
I looked up to him for a very long time because, to be honest, that guy has a different type of business mind, and
Facts.
he's a great writer, and I don't know, he knows how to put people in a situation to make them, to push them, you know what I mean, to take that boundary or whatever. But no, I mean, I don't know. I got a love hate relationship with the memory of all of that. I mean, he even put chromas on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'll never hate anybody who allowed me to do what I was doing, but at the same time,
So what song did you put out that it was just like, yeah, I can really do this seriously. I could possibly make a living out of this.
I don't know. To be honest, like since I was I've been making music since I was 4 years old about like all the crazy.
But which
shit.
like which like studio song? Like what song did you record and you're like, yeah, like
Oh, that's easy. So that song's called you're not gonna forget that song right now, Pillows. And it was about it was a tribute to my boyfriend who was murdered.
oh man, R.I.P.
Him and his brother, rest in peace, Justin and Jerome. They're, you know what I mean?
The light skinned guys.
Yeah.
You were dating them at the time?
I was dating Justin.
At the time he got murdered? Yo, that's crazy. I used to live in the same building as them.
Yeah.
When they used to live in Scarborough.
We were together for fucking almost 9 months, every single fucking day. He was supposed to come home. And then it was like a couple days before he died. Whitney Houston died and it was Valentine's Day. And he came home late and he came like the whole night he was missing. I was fucking losing my mind. Cause whatever, he called me saying some crazy shit. And he ended up coming home in the morning with his mother with like a dozen roses and a bottle of wine. And I broke down. I don't know what, cause I was having nightmares about his brother. I thought his brother was gonna die. I kept having nightmares of like this place where they're getting chased down. He's getting chased down, and I'm running with him. But after he died, I figured, okay, I must have been Justin in the dream, cause the place that I dreamt, the police never showed me. I was hanging out with my homegirl Inanna, and she was living there. And then my homeboy Justin dropped me off. Ironically, his name's Justin too. And he's like, yo, isn't this where your boyfriend was murdered? And as soon as he said that, all of my dreams came back. It's like I literally dreamt the place. So
Wow.
I made this song about him. And it's like, say I still lay in your t-shirt. I can't sleep on your side. I cry on your pillow.
Mm.
The world can see the pain, and I don't know why I'm still here breathing. Cause you know, cause you know, cause you know, cause you know that I still see him and I cry, oh no. You know what I mean? So it's basically like, sorry. It's basically like literally what it says, but then it's also like, I still lay in your t-shirt. It was like his RIP t-shirt. And I can't sleep on your side. So I can't sleep on any side of the street that the city you slept. Like I can't sleep. I can't get caught slipping. I can't, you know what I mean? I gotta be awake. And then I cry on your pillow, obviously. But it's like survivor's remorse is basically the song. And just knowing like, I just fucking see and hear this guy all the time till this day.
Wow. Did any of these things, because all these things are happening, and you're making music, and now you get shot. Did that like stray you away from music, and you're like, yo, I don't want to do music anymore?
I wasn't really making music when he died. I was just I was writing songs, and I was performing them for a very long time. I think I did like 200 shows or more. Just
Before you actually recorded your first song?
before I put anything out.
Oh, before you put it out.
And everybody was mad at me. And so it was like 2000.
Why didn't you put anything out?
Fuck if I know. I don't know.
Did you not want to? Did you not know how to?
I had a very large distrust for people. And I just had severe PTSD, and like a lot of things had gone in my life. Like my son's father had me trapped in like this crazy fucking abusive relationship for many years, so I had no chance. Even when I was at Kama's studio, I recorded. He has music I recorded. It just never went out. And because I was in these crazy situations, like soon as I would get out of something, I'll be safe for a minute, and then it's like bam, and then safe for a minute, and it's like bam.
Did you have more than a business relationship with Kama? Is that why?
With Karma, is that why the music didn't come out?
Yeah.
I don't think that's why the music didn't come out. I don't know why the music didn't come out on his part. I believe maybe it wasn't good enough.
And he just didn't want to tell you?
No. I don't, like, that's a question we gotta ask him.
Again, he don't like me, so I don't know.
He don't like me, so I don't know.
But hey, I'm down to talk to anybody that don't like me.
At the end of the day, a man is a man is a man. To have a conversation with a man does not take liking somebody. So,
Hey.
right? But I don't know. To be honest, it was a very complicated situation. Very complicated. And I was young, and he was older than me, and yeah. Let's just put it this, like, chromas is chromas for a reason. And when I first saw the interview with him and her on WWE TV, it was like, ding. Oh, I get it now. So I love chromas. I love you. You already know. I told you, I don't know. I didn't mean, but I do. I love her. I don't give a shit. I love every fucking female artist, and I don't give a shit. I love all of you, even when you're trash.
Who would you like to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Oh, I would love to co-write a song with Julie Black. And Melanie Durant. Cause like I'm just on the Legends tip, so it's like let's get the Legends in, and then like definitely have to fucking finalize a track with Lola. Would die to do a track with, okay, well not die, but like I'm excited to do a track with Paris. I'd love to do a track with Paris. Any artist that is from the city that wants to like write, that needs writing, I'm down to make any female artist sound better. Cause I have those skills to pay the bills. I'm a wicked writer. I don't give a fuck. Like I think like my singing and my voice is a tip.
Jeez.
Yeah,
talk your shit.
That's the $5 in the jar. My brain, my writing skills, I could write for anybody.
Who's your favorite feature?
Has to be Mishy.
Yeah?
Has to.
Why? Is it because it's a relationship and...
Nah, she's literally by government the queen of hip hop. What do you mean? And she saw me and was like, I need you. And like put energy into me and like brought me fucking places and like, you know?
How did you meet her? Talk about that. Like,
Gabs Rubain, brum, 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 one of the biggest women for people in color in the industry in Canada is Gabs Rubain. If you need to look her up, look her up. She changed the face of color in Canada for music. If you don't know, I need you to go research her now. So she would help Mishi put on her Scorpio events or the on the mic events. And that's when sorority was still together. And that's like Havaya and
Havaya and them, the group.
yeah, Havaya and all the girls. Keisha and everybody. And then we did Louis Rankin's birthday, and she just kept bringing me to stuff. And Mishi was always there, and then Mishi just fell in love with my singing voice, and she's like, "I need you to sing for me." So she's like, "I want you to be at my birthday party," and I sang at her birthday party at the Rock Pile, and that was it. And from then on, it's just like she just been like, when she needs me, I'm there.
That's dope.
Yeah.
What's the greatest like moments you guys had together? Or your favorite moment you guys had
Eglinton and
together?
Oakwood. That was my favorite. That's my favorite show to this day, cause I could.
That was this year, no?
Yeah, I literally could look down the street and see the intersection where I almost died. And then like also all the memories of like, and then all the people I haven't seen in so long, like y'all got to see why I disappeared. And I got to, that in that moment, like I already have a B-roll. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I already got to prove to my hood, look, motherfuckers, y'all don't listen to me, but look. So it's like, now I just gotta share it with the rest of the world because I've achieved so much. I'm so blessed, bro. Just to be alive, but to honestly to do so many things that like who the fuck?
Mm.
All right?
What's the greatest advice Misha's given you?
Fuck them.
Ah, I like that one.
Dead ass. It's like who cares? Who cares? This is your craft. Nobody's ever gonna understand why or for who you do it for or nothing like that. Nobody's gonna understand your calling. Fuck them.
Straight.
Big up Mishimi.
Big up Mishi. You ever had any of those awkward moments during sex?
Hell yeah.
What's the most awkwardest moment you've had during sex?
Man dripping all over me and he like
Dripping sweat?
just like and
I'm a sweater still. I'm not
that's
gonna lie. I
okay to
sweat
be a
easy.
sweater. I'm a person who will be understanding. Just be like, babe, just hold this rag though, okay? Cause I'm a sweater. I start dripping, you're gonna have to pat me down. No. And then no, there's worse ones.
Do relationships in the industry work? Or do you feel like you're better off dating somebody that's outside of the industry?
I don't think it matters. I think people are people, and no matter what type of relationship you're in, there's always that like percentage that you could still get fucked over. Like if you feel like you love somebody or you feel for somebody, go for it. Cause I've tried inside, outside, good guy, bad guy. It don't matter. If they're not the person you're with is not 100% for you, it doesn't matter what the fuck their job is. And if they are 100% for you, it doesn't fucking matter what their job is. They're gonna be 100% for you.
Got it now. Yeah. So Chasing Roy, you did a lot with that.
Mm-hmm.
That's your latest. What is that? An album, mixtape, EP? What would you like to call that?
I call that EP.
An EP?
Yeah. I don't want to put an album yet because I ain't trying to fuck up my numbers.
Now with that one, even before you sent me some stuff on before, but I didn't really realize like, yo, you can even switch it up and do like a lot of hip hop stuff, a lot of rap. What's your favorite to do? Do you really perform? Do you like to perform as a R&B singer, or do you like to like play with the hip hop and do like the hip hop R&B ish stuff?
I was doing R&B rap hella long ago. And that's like 6 page, and you know what I mean? It's almost poppy in the way that the rap is mixed with the singing. But, bro, like, if I read a wicked ballad...
It hits different. It hits different.
But then if I write a really freaky rap that I get to say some shit, it's like I'm doing these two songs and you're just gonna have to deal both spectrum. I really don't want to choose, but if I had to, I would pick the ballad. Just cause it's a panty wetter. Like
instant panty removal.
facts. Like when you rap raunchy shit, you kind of limit yourself almost because most people love it, but a percentage don't want to prove that they like it. Right? But if you friggin' sing some shit and you get men and women in there like, okay, so who wants to make a baby?
Or they start crying or something because they feel the emotion to the songs or how you're
Please.
singing it, the voice.
Exactly. I feel like there's more of a connection. And I think that, like, yo, if rappers could, like, there's a lot of rappers that, like, yo, I wish I could sing. It's just like ball players want to be comedians, comedians want to be ball players, like, rappers want to be everything, ball players want to be everything. But I'm blessed with the talent to write, like, songs. Like, a songwriter. So if I write a good song, that's my favorite. But I like to sing.
I like that. I like that right there, man. What do you feel like you need to improve as an artist?
Marketing. Just getting myself out there more. And that's like a lot of that is funding. But I'd rather put money into creating music and putting it out there.
I hear that.
So, and I get a lot of that. Oh, I could do this and da. But it's like, was it like 4 years ago? I tried that shit where like I paid a company to get my numbers up. And basically what happened was they got my numbers up and then my numbers went right back down. And then Instagram blocked me from sponsoring my shit. So Facebook blocked me from sponsoring my shit.
So you gotta watch what company you work with.
Yeah, because if it's not even that. It's like if you use an outside source, Instagram is jealous. In a sense. Like, you know what I mean? Unless it's an Instagram approved outside source. And that's why when you use an outside source, you have to stay with an outside source because Instagram's not going to let you use them. Or Facebook. And it literally said that to me. Like, you have used an outside source to gain. There's like this sound when I talk.
Oh, don't worry. It'll get canceled.
I'm sorry. That's how you know I'm in the studio doing music all the time because I'm like, hold on.
Yeah, don't worry.
Engineers hate me. That's why I stick to a certain few who have their shit together. Because you could have your shit off by 1 second delayed. My brain is not going to let it work.
Right. You're a perfectionist.
In my head, yeah. Like, it's involuntary, though, because if it sounds weird or the sound is off, it's like, you know when you put a cat near a thing on TikTok and then, like, they scrape the comb and it goes, bleh.
Yeah.
My body feels like that. If it's off, if I sound off, if it's off beat, if the song is out of note, like, I can't tell you because I'm not educated quite in to understand music to be like, oh, it's E flat and it's supposed to be this, da. But I could tell you, something's wrong. Y'all, I'm paying people in this room, figure it out. No, that's not it. Like, you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah. But that's I guess that's knowing music. That's why you have like American Idol where there's people who think they can sing. And fucking shame on you motherfuckers who let them think that they can. And then go audition for American Idol, you piece of shit.
Right.
But yeah, no. Even like you know music.
I've been in the industry for a while behind the scenes.
But when you hear a song and it's off, like, it's not just, oh, I'm hearing something. It's like my body is like, okay, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not it. It's not a hit.
No.
Where does Xentury see herself in 5 years?
With a few Junos, stepping on everybody's neck, being very nice about it, though. And giving back.
That's dope. Just Junos, though?
Nah.
You don't want no Grammys, MTV awards.
Oh,
Billboards.
Listen, it's going that you
think
said
worldwide, man.
But you said 5 years.
That can happen in 5 years.
Okay, well then I would like my own reality show.
Let's talk. Yeah,
I'm gonna have not just an album Grammy, but a soundtrack Grammy. What else? Oh, I want to get an Emmy too. I want to be like
Yes.
Eminem. I want all of them.
All that's what I'm saying.
And then I want to be like Taylor Swift and have all 10.
There you go.
Okay, thank you. 5 years. Hi, Sam.
So you got to get to work.
Right? Oh, yeah. And then in 5 years, I want to be pregnant with triplets.
Shh, this girl said triplets.
Yeah, because I don't want to do it 3 more times.
Oh, so just get it out the way one time.
Yeah, and then I'll have enough money to, like, you know.
That's going to hurt, man.
I don't care. You know how much it hurts to work out all the time right now? Maybe I'll just have them, like, one after the other. Because it's easy to get pregnant after you have a baby. Like, first 6 months after having a baby is the most easiest time ever to get pregnant.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're the most fertile. Like, your body's already ready. And your womb is already large.
I ain't got no kids. I wouldn't know, man.
No, but that's why you see a lot of people with, like...
multiple, like, kids that are close to the
like
same age.
grade 1,
like
grade
that.
2, grade 3. Or, like, the same age.
Yeah, same close.
Because the baby's born in, like, January, and then you get pregnant, and then the next baby's born in, like, November. Don't question me on that math if it's wrong, guys.
Is it harder to date in 2022 for you?
Like, mentally, yes. Like, wanting to a relationship, yes. It's hard to want a relationship. I have, like, issues now. The more, like, I dive into myself, the harder it is for me to be in a relationship. The more I'm happier with me, the harder it is for me to want to be happy with somebody else. And it's like, I love me some sex. You know what I mean? Some passion, all of that. But it's like, there's so little mental health right now that, 1, am I ready? And 2, is that person ready? And am I going to throw myself into a dangerous situation where I have to save somebody or save myself from this person? Like, all this shit is going through my head. So, yeah, I think in 2022, it's not hard for me to date. Especially because, you know, she's getting sexy on them.
Who want to talk the things?
But, yeah, to want to date is hard. To want to be in a relationship is hard. Dating is not hard because that shit's... All right, let's go out. I'm fucked up. I'll pay for my shit.
That's proper.
Like,
girls ain't paying for shit nowadays.
No, I'll pay for mine just because I don't want you to think, like, one, you got... I grew up with, like, different type of people, bro.
You grew up with the man them.
No, I grew up with pimps, strippers, fucking drug dealers, like...
Not the man them.
Like, not these man them. Not
these guys.
Not these guys, for sure. You guys are good guys, but not to say anybody I've been around is a bad guy. Just... Yeah, I've been around a lot of people with few decisions, or a few options, I would say. And they just made the best of what they had.
I hear that, man.
So you got to learn from people. You don't have to make your own mistakes if the people around you are making mistakes.
Facts. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned in life?
You really don't need anybody. You don't need any friends. You don't. It's nice. It's so nice. But I've learned that being on my own and being content in me and, like, understanding my triggers and all this shit that goes on that kind of, like, gives myself an intelligence where I know, okay, I don't have to force myself to go there. You know what I mean?
Yup.
Like, we all have some form of PTSD. But we force ourselves to go places because we think, oh, it's important, or I need to be around these people, or they won't know who I am, and no. And in some senses, yeah, that's true. But I've learned that I don't care. I don't need anybody. I have my kids. I have my music. I have my 1-2 people. If I'm really down, I know who to call. You know what I mean? And that's all the fuck I need. When there's more people, there's more issues. There's more opportunity for outside problems. I don't know anybody that's going to bring a gun. But if I fuck with Tom, Dick, and Harry now, I don't know none of their people, and we fucking with each other. Now I'm putting myself at risk. Do I want to do that? No. I'd rather just go around the 1-2 people I know and go outside by myself. If I go to events, I show up on my own because I don't have to worry about nobody else. I don't have to wait for no one. I don't have to protect nobody. I could go. So, yeah. Be happy on your own, bitches.
Real shit to live by. So what else do you got coming up, man? I seen that you recently dropped something with the man Daytona, Mr. Tona. Super dope fucking video, super dope song.
Right?
Like that, the visuals.
That was all
really-
him. You know when you hate somebody because they did something and you wish you did it?
You wish you gave him the ideas.
Yeah, man. Like, that shit was fire. Like, the hook, everything was him. He was just like, I need your voice. And as a songwriter, like, I felt like, oh, I'm not doing nothing. And people are like, nah, man, you sound sick. You performed it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, there is that part, isn't there? Like, no, that was dope. But we got another one coming called Rain. Tribute to Missy Elliott and Timberland. You done know.
Jeez.
Make sure you guys tag them in this and when the video comes out. Because y'all ain't prepared. If you guys like the last video,
You're gonna love this one.
you're fucked because I'm fucked. I haven't seen it. I was just filming it and I'm like, I got a song with my fam, Captain. You already know the K. Murder Melodies. That'll be out just now. I'm giving you guys a lot of difference, a lot of options. And then my project should be coming out in the new year just now too.
Dope. Xentury, man, thank you for stopping by the Man Dem show, giving us something different. This one-on-one vibes. Vegas, where the blood clot yet?
Yo, he missed out, but I love you, Vegas.
Man. Xentury, you already know anytime you want to come through and chop it up with the Man Dem, anytime you got anything going on, you're super welcome. You're a gal dem now, you know what I'm saying? You're one of the gal dem. So really quick on this camera, just let the people know how they can get a hold of you, your music, anything you got going on right there.
All right, well, hi. This is Xentury Sam from the Man Dem Show. And you can find me anywhere. Xentury is the handle. Everywhere and anywhere. And if you need to find me, hashtags, you got Big Mer, Champagne Mommy. You already don't know. I'm one of the baddest to hit this street. But we call it what? Toronto's best kept secret. And Man Dem Show is about to let y'all know. So maybe I won't be a secret anymore.
You ain't a secret anymore. Sorry. Yeah, man. Xentury, thank you again for coming through.
I love you, Gutsy.
Oh, man. Thank you, man. It's your boy, Gutsy. Make sure you follow the Man Dem Show. The Man Dem Show official on all social media platforms. It's been your boy, Gutsy, and I'm off of this.